Good evening. Tonight, we bring you a story that has sent shockwaves through the world of sports and beyond. FIFA has made the unprecedented decision to strip the United States of its co-hosting rights for the 2026 World Cup, just months before the tournament was set to begin. The world's biggest sporting event, which was supposed to unite three nations in a celebration of football, has been abruptly pulled from American soil. Stadiums that were once buzzing with anticipation now stand empty, and banners are being taken down, leaving fans and organizers in disbelief. FIFA President Gianni Infantino addressed the media, citing escalating political instability within the United States and a failure to guarantee a secure, welcoming environment for all players, fans, and officials. The decision, he said, was made to protect the integrity and safety of the tournament. This marks the first time in the long and storied history of the World Cup that a host nation has lost its rights so close to the event. The move has left historians and fans alike searching for precedent and finding none. The implications are staggering, not just for the sport of soccer, but for America's global reputation and its standing in the international community. The loss is being felt deeply by fans, athletes, and businesses across the country. In a dramatic and unexpected twist, FIFA has announced that Canada will now take on the majority of the tournament's hosting duties. Canadian cities, once secondary venues, are now thrust into the global spotlight. Canadian cities are scrambling to expand their infrastructure and prepare for an influx of teams, fans, and media far beyond their original plans. Local officials are working around the clock to ensure stadiums, hotels, and transportation networks are ready in time. The story has quickly grown beyond the boundaries of football. It's now a tale of politics, national identity, and the challenges of global cooperation in a rapidly changing world. The debate rages on in city halls, newsrooms, and living rooms across North America. Tonight, we take a closer look at how this crisis unfolded, hear from key players and experts, and analyze the far-reaching economic and social fallout for both nations. Stay with us as we unpack the full impact of this historic decision. To truly grasp the magnitude of today's news, we need to look back and understand the journey that brought us here. This isn't just another sports headline, it's a story years in the making, shaped by ambition, hope, and the promise of something bigger than football itself. We must revisit the origins of the 2026 World Cup bid, a moment that set the stage for a bold new chapter in the sport's history. In 2018, the United States, Canada, and Mexico joined forces and won hosting rights with a vision of unprecedented collaboration. 3 countries, 48 teams, and a model for future partnerships. It was a historic decision, one that promised to unite a continent through the world's most popular game. The plan was ambitious: 60 matches in the US, 10 each in Canada and Mexico, leveraging existing stadiums and promising record-breaking revenue. Organizers envisioned packed stadiums, vibrant cities, and a festival of football that would capture the imagination of millions. The bid symbolized harmony, with iconic landmarks from all 3 nations standing side by side. It was more than just a tournament, it was a statement of unity, diversity, and shared dreams. The US had hosted in 1994, Mexico twice before, and Canada was eager for its first Men's World Cup after a successful Women's World Cup in 2015. Each nation brought its own legacy, experience, and passion to the table. Together they promised a new era for North American football, one where borders faded and fans from every background celebrated as one. Yet even then, political tensions simmered beneath the surface. Differences in policy, culture, and history lingered, threatening to overshadow the spirit of cooperation. The bid committee worked tirelessly to secure government guarantees, assuring FIFA and the world that the tournament would transcend politics and focus on unity. In hindsight, the dream of unity was more fragile than anyone realized, a vision that inspired millions, but one that would soon be tested in ways no one could have predicted. The dream began to unravel in late 2025. Former President Donald Trump's inflammatory statements targeted key host cities, threatening to move matches and casting doubt on their safety. His rhetoric turned tournament planning into a political battleground, undermining the spirit of unity. FIFA initially dismissed the remarks, but the threats escalated, directly challenging FIFA's authority. The US government failed to provide the unequivocal reassurances FIFA demanded. This ambiguity was critical. FIFA requires absolute certainty from host governments on security and a welcoming atmosphere. The The constant questioning of host cities' suitability created unacceptable risk and uncertainty. Last week, FIFA issued a final ultimatum for binding government guarantees. The response was deemed insufficient. FIFA, seeing its principles and the tournament's integrity at risk, made the unprecedented decision to strip the U.S. of hosting rights. American officials reacted with shock and anger. U.S. Soccer President Cindy Parlow Cone called the move a devastating blow and a betrayal of trust. Mayors of former host cities blamed divisive political interference, insisting their cities were ready to welcome the world. FIFA President Gianni Infantino defended the decision, citing the need to uphold unity, respect, and inclusivity. He stated, "We could not proceed with a host where these principles were openly challenged." Donald Trump responded with vindication, claiming, "I told you those cities were a disaster." His remarks only deepened the political divide. The fallout has left American soccer fans heartbroken and the nation's divisions exposed. Meanwhile, Canadian and Mexican officials pledged to move forward, determined to salvage the tournament. The world is left to reflect on how political strife derailed a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The focus now shifts to Canada's response. With the U.S. out, Canada faces a monumental challenge. Originally set for just 10 matches, Canada will now host over 50, with new cities like Edmonton, Montreal, and Calgary joining Toronto and Vancouver. The Canadian government has pledged full support, reallocating funds for stadium upgrades, security, and transportation. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau declared, "Canada is ready. We will welcome the world with open arms." Organizers have less than 6 months to prepare. What usually takes years must happen overnight. Stadiums need major modifications, and transportation networks must scale up for millions of visitors. A massive volunteer effort is underway. Victor Montagliani, Canadian FIFA Vice President, acknowledged the challenge but expressed confidence. "Football is in our DNA. We will not fail." Mexico's role remains unchanged, providing some stability. The tournament, once a symbol of unity, is now a test of Canada's resolve. The world watches, hopeful that Canada can deliver. The economic fallout is dramatic. For the 11 American host cities, billions in projected revenue from tourism and local spending have vanished. Cities like Kansas City and Philadelphia, which invested heavily in infrastructure, now face significant losses. Sponsorship deals are in turmoil, with major corporations scrambling to reassess their positions. Legal battles are likely as companies seek to recoup investments. The ripple effect hits airlines, hotels, and small businesses, counting on a summer boom. For Canada, it's an unexpected windfall. New host cities will see massive investment and tourism revenue, with hotels already reporting surges in bookings. Canada's global image as a dependable, welcoming nation is strengthened. The long-term brand boost may prove even more valuable than immediate economic gains. The social impact in the U.S. is profound. For American soccer fans, this was to be a crowning moment. Now it's a gut punch. The loss wounds national pride and deepens internal divisions. Fans are left with disappointment and embarrassment, their dreams dashed. In Canada, the mood is the opposite: excitement, unity, and a sense of purpose. The challenge has galvanized the public, offering a chance to define Canadian identity on the world stage. The event could strengthen national bonds and appreciation for Canada's multicultural fabric. The legacy of 2026 will be starkly different: a lost dream for one nation, an opportunity seized for another. The cultural landscape of both countries will be reshaped for years to come. Experts say this is a pivotal moment for FIFA and international sport, a turning point that could reshape the landscape of global competitions for years to come. The decisions made now will echo far beyond the pitch, influencing not just where games are played, but how nations interact through sport. Simon Cooper notes that by pulling the World Cup from the US, FIFA is asserting its values over domestic politics, even for a superpower. This bold move signals that no country, regardless of its influence, is immune to the standards set by the global football community. Jules Boykoff warns this will chill future U.S. bids, with the LA 2028 Olympics now under intense scrutiny. The world is watching to see if the U.S. can regain trust and demonstrate its commitment to international sporting ideals. The myth of American exceptionalism in sports hosting has been shattered. Once seen as the default destination for major events, the U.S. now faces a reckoning with its own limitations and the need to rebuild its reputation. Organizers must now prove their events can withstand political volatility. They face the challenge of ensuring that sports remain a unifying force, even in times of uncertainty and division. For soccer, the decision is double-edged. It disrupts U.S. growth but reinforces the World Cup's global nature. While American fans may feel disappointed, the move reaffirms that football truly belongs to the world, not just one nation. Grant Wall argued the game's soul depends on global accessibility. This move honors that principle. By prioritizing inclusivity, FIFA is sending a message that the sport's future lies in its ability to unite people across borders and backgrounds. Canada now has a chance to step out of the U.S. shadow. This is an unprecedented opportunity for Canadian soccer to shine on the world stage and inspire a new generation of fans. If successful, it will be a defining moment in sports history and for Canadian national pride. The entire nation is rallying behind this chance to prove itself as a world-class host. The gamble is huge, but so is the potential reward. The stakes have never been higher, and the outcome could set a precedent for future international events. The world is rooting for Canada, eager to see if a new chapter in global sports can begin with hope, unity, and a celebration that transcends borders. The decision to move the 2026 World Cup is a landmark event, redefining the responsibilities of host nations. It's a reminder that hosting is a privilege requiring stability and unity, one the US was judged to have broken. FIFA's action is a declaration. The integrity of the game is paramount, and no country is indispensable. As the US faces fallout, Canada embraces a historic opportunity. The coming months will test Canadian resolve and ingenuity. The world watches with hope that the beautiful game can be saved by a nation willing to welcome all. The 2026 World Cup will be remembered for the principles defended and the unlikely hero that emerged. Thank you for watching.